Hey everybody, it's Peter from the Kia Hyundai channel. And I'm just waiting for a second because sometimes these don't go live right away. But it's Peter from the Kia Hyundai channel. And that is the 2022 Kia Sportage. I'm serious, it is. So if you are joining this video expecting the redesigned model, before you leave, hit the subscribe button. I'll tell you why, because nobody will have more coverage of that vehicle than this channel. So we're gonna cover it in detail. On June 8th, 2021, they will be announcing the next generation Kia Sportage, and we'll be covering that. We'll talk about their video that they launched. We'll talk about that after. Then we're gonna cover the actual specs that are coming to this dealership. So we'll talk about real vehicles that you can actually buy in our market. Then of course, we'll cover every trim level as they come available and any other news in between now and then. That's what we do here at the Kia Hyundai channel. We will be talking about it, but this really is the 2022 Kia Sportage. And if you're watching for the very first time and you want to watch the content on this car, you can skip ahead to the 3-minute mark. That's where we'll get going with the content. And in the meantime, we're going to let our live audience build, and we'll talk about some news and notes and some other things, and I'll show you how to join us live, because we do this live video every single weekday at 2 o'clock Eastern time. All right, let me flip around here. If you want to join us live, go to our channel. We're going to redesign that panel. We've got some people working on it right now. And but anyways, we are the Kia Hyundai channel. You can hit refresh right now. And if you do that exactly at 2 o'clock like we are, you will see our live video right there. Now, why did I point this up here? It's clickbaity, sure, but it's also literally the only change on this car, essentially. We'll talk about a couple other little minor details, but that's what's going on. And we're gonna click into that. You're gonna watch an ad for a quick second. In the meantime, I'm gonna say, if you're interested in buying a Kia or a Hyundai vehicle and you're in Ontario, give me a call or connect with me. You can connect with me. There'll be a link in the description as soon as this video is posted, and I'll connect you up with our team here at Brantford Kia. If it's a Hyundai vehicle, we have Brantford Hyundai and Owen Sound Hyundai that are part of our dealer group. They support our channel, and if you support them, I get to make more videos. It's selfish, but if you like watching my videos, it's probably a good way to do that too. All right, let's flip back around here. I'm having trouble watching the video again, but I know that you guys can still see it, so that's fine. They didn't redesign the 2022, says It's Jay. Well, they did, but like I said, we'll talk about that. June 8th is the full unveil of this vehicle. That's Kia.worldwide on social media, at least on Instagram, that's what it is. You can find it on Kia Worldwide on YouTube. They will be unveiling that June 8th. I don't know the time zone of that, so sometimes that can be a flex date. June 8th, one place isn't always the same everywhere else, but that's where they'll be unveiling the next redesign of this vehicle, and I'm looking forward to that. We know it's going to be based on the current 2022 Hyundai Tucson that we've had here a bunch of times, including last week. So that's what's going on with that one. But like I said, if you want to see more on that vehicle, subscribe to our channel. Nobody will cover it more in depth than anybody. We'll cover it as best we can. All right, we're almost at that 3-minute mark. Do me a favor, guys, hit that like button. That'll help us out. All right, so again, those of you looking for the redesigned Sportage, this is May 31st. On June 8th, that vehicle is going to be introduced. We will cover it. Beyond that, we will cover the actual features that are making it to this dealership, so you can talk about the vehicles and trim lines that you can actually buy. Beyond that, we'll cover every single trim in detail, more than anybody else. So do me a favor, hit that subscribe button, and that'll help you out. In the meantime, this really is the 2022 Kia Sportage, and it's a pretty good vehicle, and we're going to talk about all the things inside of it. And there is your 2022 Kia Sportage. There's the VIN and everything. MSRP is right there, $29,995. It is a 2022. So when somebody says to me it's not a 2022, I'm probably just going to send them this link right here where it says it is a 2022 vehicle. All right, so in Canada, that's what you get, and we're going to go through. Somebody said, will the new redesign be available this year? I don't know anything about it until June 8th. My best guess is it will be available on probably, it'll be typical like auto show launch, usually is my guess. That's February, which means we see it around March, April-ish in dealerships. So that's my guess. We'll know a lot more after June 8th and as that continues. So those of you that are disappointed in this car, I hope you will stay tuned and subscribe when we have the new redesign model. In the meantime, those of you looking for this car, if you are looking for this car, hit the like button now, because I'm going to get a few dislikes for this, and it's not my fault. This really is the car that I'm talking about. Anyways, so the other quick thing I should mention is I'm Canadian. I call this the Kia Sportage because in Canada, that's what it's called. So 2 problems with the Sportage right now. 1, people are expecting the redesign. 2, people are expecting me to say the name differently. I'm saying the name correctly, and this is the right year, and this is going to be a video where I get beat up on, but we'll do my best. All right, 42 of you on. this is what we're looking at, 2022 Sportage. Let's first start with the key. This is what the key looks like. So this is the new Nightsky edition. They used to call it the S, but it's a little bit tweaked. We'll talk about what's different. Black wheels, of course, we've seen before. Black roof rails. We'll show you a few more things as we go around the car. Let's first show you the key so I can put it away in my pocket. It is a keyed car on this LX all-wheel drive trim line. And you can see here, it is the new style key. And there is, on this one, no remote start. I would expect that to be on the push button model, but again, this is the very first one we have in stock here, and we show you every trim line in detail because somebody will someday be looking for this car, not the 2023 redesign, and they'll want to see everything about it. So we'll show you that. I'm gonna put that key in my pocket for now. We'll pull it out when we need it. Let's take a quick look at the outside here. Like we mentioned, those wheels there are common. It is the only 2022 model in Canada that will continue with the old logo, and in this Nightsky, it is a tinted logo. So as of June in Canada, which is tomorrow in Canada, Kia will be launching officially their new logo, their new colors, and you will no longer see this logo in most of our ads, except you may still see it on the Kia Sportage, and this is that black sky. So there we go. Somebody says, it was a fun vehicle to drive when I had one as a rental vehicle. There you go. I'd actually had one of these as a rental vehicle one time too. So this is the Nightsky. That's why the logos are different. And the very first key picture off the back, I tried to be as clear as I could about this car being different. That's why you see the thumbnail photo. It shows this. That is the difference on this car. And in the thumbnail photo, you can sort of see that Kia logo. That Kia logo should be a sign because that will not be on the redesigned model. So I think I've apologized enough for not having the redesign. But what I will do is show you the 2022 that we have here in front of us because, like I said, it is. All right, that gray and black combination is nice. Yeah, we ordered this color. I think this is a really good combination for that black and gray. Like I said, the color tone that we're looking at. Let's jump right in here now. Really sharp looking collector vehicle. Yeah, I don't know about collector vehicle. I think the Stinger is going to be a collector vehicle. Excuse some of the dust and dirt in here, guys. The compound where these cars come from is not a paved lot. It is a gravel lot. So when we get them in here, the techs go through. I did clean the outside up, but we're not quite done getting the inside done up for ready for sale. So you guys are seeing it before anybody. Let's jump into this car. Let's talk about the good, the bad, and some will say the ugly. And I'm willing to talk about whatever you like and don't like about this car. It's been around for a little while. The nice thing is cars have been around for a while. You don't have to worry about new things cropping up that are surprising. It is a keyed car, so I'm just turning it to the on position right now. And we'll take a look in here. You've got all the same stuff we've seen before. So again, same basic dash in here. Now, Nightsky, all the outside badges, excuse me, all the outside badges do have that tinted logo. Inside on the steering wheel, it's the same regular logo. So we've got the regular logo there as well. Coming in there, you can see left side tach, right side speedometer, typical stuff. Our typical strip computer through here. Tire pressure monitors are standard. You've got lots of information in there, stability control information. So again, basic information through here. I like to keep it on here. Ignore the fuel efficiency numbers. 47.7 is way worse than this car actually gets. But I was running it through a car wash idling. And again, you can see some of that's reflected in some of the driving numbers. So again, you do have fuel efficiency gauge. This one's actually one I like quite a bit. That little line moves up like a bar graph in real time. And then the average shows you the average. So that's kind of a nice fuel efficiency gauge. If you're into fuel efficiency, this is a 4-cylinder. It's not bad. So we'll flip through here. Sportage is now highly due for refresh, especially interior. And like we mentioned off the top of the video, as of June 8th, you'll see the next generation Sportage. It'll be at Kia Worldwide. We'll, of course, cover it here. So just subscribe to our channel and we'll cover everything for you. All right, let's zoom back out for a second. Flipping over here. Over here. In 2020, they updated this display screen. This is an LX all-wheel drive, so you don't have like the leather steering wheel or anything on here. You don't have the heated steering wheel, some of the things you might want in the higher trim levels, but you do have the large screen, and that's a big benefit here. So you still have Android Auto and Apple CarPlay. It is a wired connection for 2022 still, so no changes there. If you hit the reverse, you've got a super clear backup camera. Hard to film, but you can see the lines in the floor there. And actually, you know what? That's still got the sticker on it on the outside, I think. So it's a little fuzzier than I remember. But coming down here, this one happens to have manual climate controls. Now, as you move up the trim lines, you can have automatic climate control in this car if that's what you want. But again, being the LX all-wheel drive, simple, easy-to-use knobs, pretty simple to figure out. You can tell exactly where you want the air conditioning, of course. And down here are your rump roaster buttons. We're not going to need those today. It's a nice warm day here today. And below that, you have something you won't see much any longer. 2 12-volt ports. They're moving to, if not all 3 USB ports, at least 2 of those will be USB ports in the future. But many cases now they're considering all 3 as USB ports. This particular car doesn't have a wireless charge pad. That is available in higher trim levels. This one, again, doesn't have the leather gear shift. So to me, I kind of like these. This is a steering wheel. Again, it's not heated like this, but it has a bit of a grip to it. It's just really durable. If you're someone who's just, maybe your ring hits or maybe you're just a little more aggressive with things, you're not going to scratch or scuff this up at all. It's got a little bit of grip, and the gear shift has the same sort of feeling there, that rubbery kind of nice feel grip there. This is a 6-speed automatic transmission. The big benefit with this over the Kia Seltos, for instance, if you're looking at a Seltos in a similar price point, you can see this manually shifts. The big difference is this is a true 6-speed transmission, and this car is capable of towing 2,000 pounds, which is a pretty good tow capacity for a smaller vehicle like this. You can take a small tent trailer, you'd be surprised what you can take at 2,000 pounds. Down here, drive modes, we've only got 3, normal, eco, and sport. And you've got hill descent control here and the all-wheel drive lock button. Is LX don't have seat warmers in the... LX... in the US. Oh, the LX does not have seat warmers in the US. Now, when I rented one of these cars, I rented in Detroit to drive back to Canada, and they were really surprised because I was willing to take a Canadian car for them. And I said, the reason I'm willing to take Canadian cars is because I know it has heated seats. So LX in the States probably does not, for 2022, have heated seats. They haven't had that in the past. So in Canada, again, where I'm from, heated seats are standard on this LX all-wheel drive, which is kind of nice to have. Taking a look around here, you've got an asymmetrical dash. So see that handle, well, asymmetrical doors anyways. See that handle running up and down? It goes into that tweeter speaker there. That's on the passenger side. Come all the way back to the driver's side for a quick second, and you'll notice there's my tweeter speaker. There is no handle here. Again, that would be sort of in the way. You just have this handle down here. So kind of an interesting thing that you don't always realize, but very similar to the Seltos, you have some asymmetry down here as well. Comes sort of down around, and you have a bit of a pillar there where you have an open spot here. You can sort of see it comes down and out equal. So some asymmetry there, not quite as extreme as we've seen on, for instance, the new Hyundai Elantra, but still some sort of driver-centric environment around here. Take a look up. One of the things that drives people nuts about the Seltos, and I kind of agree with this, even though I don't use this on my cars, there's a sunglasses holder up here. The Seltos and many other future or modern cars, current designs, like the full redesigns, they do not have this. So if you're used to storing your sunglasses up there, you can do that in this car. The rest of us have gotten used to getting a little hard case and throwing it down here in the armrest. When I speak of the armrest here, this one is nice soft padded in the center. All right. Steering wheel badge not blacked out. Yeah, that's right. So steering wheel badge on this is not blacked out and like the Nightsky on the outside. We'll take a look at the outside again in a second. We're going to get the headlights to on. We'll take a look at them in a minute as well. We'll come back to that in a second. Now, you do have one thing that a lot of people are surprised about is you do have blind spot detection. So blind spot detection, mirrors are a little dirty. Forgive me. Hey, there's my teddy bear. See him? There we go. There's a little light that lights up if someone's in your blind spot. The nice thing about that is... a lot of time I can sort of see behind me. That's not an issue. It's when someone's in the lane over and they're coming to the center lane and I'm also going to that lane. Sometimes this will catch that when you don't. And that's what I really like about that blind spot detection. And of course, when you throw the car into reverse, like I just did now, the same hardware uses the software differently. So if someone's coming from the far side over here, whether they're walking or driving, they will be able to, or I will get warning beeps and arrows that will warn me if someone's coming in my path. So again, either there's a sticker on this right now or I got to wipe the water off of it because it is not as clear as it should be. But again, rear cross traffic alert is going to come standard with anything with blind spot detection. So we are already about halfway through this video. I'm going to go take your questions and see if there is any questions on this car. I want to clarify just for a second again. Somebody's writing me in Korean right now. I don't read Korean, but if you are wondering where the redesigned Sportage is, hit subscribe. On June 8th, they will launch the redesigned Sportage, or Sportage if you're from the States. They will talk about that vehicle, and in Canada, we do call it the Sportage, unless they change that for 2023. That will be a 2023 model here in Canada, likely in the US as well, and nobody will cover that car more in-depth than us, I promise. So feel free to hit that subscribe button. When that car comes out, we'll talk about it. However, this is the 2022 Sportage. All right, I'm going to take your questions right now. We're going to back out of here. We'll leave it on. It'll be fine. One thing I really like as well, the Nightsky edition has these roof rails here. They're all like a one-piece roof rail. Sometimes there used to be the caps on the end, which means if you're a kayaker like me, you can mount the bars right out as far apart as possible and easily mount your kayak securely up top there, or bikes or whatever else you want to put up there. So that is a nice feature. So again, you have the ability to have a towing vehicle. Hey, there's come somebody through. We'll flip across to me over here. There we go. All right, so you can take a look over here. But again, you have the ability to tow with this vehicle, 2,000 pounds, which the Seltos is not rated to tow, so that's one reason to consider the Sportage. And again, you got a little bit more space. We're gonna show you trunk space in a second. So where are we headed with this? Rear seat space, trunk space, rear seat features that you may not know about, the other videos may not tell you about, and we're gonna cover that in. Do me a favor, guys. I know this isn't the vehicle that some of you are looking for. Hit that like button for my efforts here. I am just talking about the actual literal 2022 Kia Sportage, or Sportage if you're in the States. So there we go. All right, somebody says they use their sunglasses holder a lot. There you go. All right, so a few teasers of the all-new 2023 Sportage. Interior will be amazing. Front-end styling, most controversial part so far. So we'll see. Yeah, a lot of people think this is a controversial front end on this one. People who don't like the Sportage prefer vehicles shaped like a cardboard box. Oh my, harsh. Okay, what else we got? Is there any questions in here? Fun drive, somebody said. Yep. Don't see any questions. A lot of comments, and that's fine. Comments are good. Just want to make sure I don't miss any questions. There is a Korean, I believe, question. I don't read Korean, so if you are that person that's writing in Korean, if you are able to translate that on the fly for me, that helps out. Any idea when they'll show the first edition EV6 interiors? We will go off topic on closer to the end of this video. We'll talk about some of the other things. No problem doing that. All right, having trouble getting likes today. We got 62 people on. We should be able to hit, what, 50 likes today for this? Do me a favor, see if we can hit 50 likes. All right, let's take a look at the lighting out front. Now again, this is the LX all-wheel drive. You'll notice the other thing is the all-wheel drive used to be labeled with a badge right here that said all-wheel drive. It's no longer labeled. So how are we gonna be able to tell from the front of this vehicle that it's all-wheel drive? Very easily. The previous Sportages, when they were front-wheel drive, see how this is all-wheel drive, has a really good approach angle, they call that, so the hill could come in sharp there. In the previous one, if it was a two-wheel drive, it kind of was more squared out here, had a little spoiler out down this way. So when you see that sort of sloped front end like that, you'll know it's an all-wheel drive. All right, taking a look here. Again, this is an LX model, so upper trim levels have high-end LED lights. This one, halogen lights. So halogen projector beam headlights and projector beam fog lights. A pretty good value SUV still. A lot of you like this look. Some of you don't like this look. So if you like it, this is the last year to get this. They're definitely changing the front end look. We've seen the teaser images from Kia for the 2023 Sportage, and it will have a different front end look than this. So if you like it, a lot of people thought this was designed like the Porsche, and it really was. It was designed to look like the Porsche initially, and certainly they mentioned that. It also happened to be more aerodynamic when it first came out than any Porsche SUV. So when this model first came out, it looked like it was a 2017 model that came out in 2016. It was one of the very first cars I covered here at Brantford Kia. So missed the start. If you already went over options, heated seats and steering wheel and upper trim, yes, upper trim, of course. We'll have those in the upper trim. We're on the LX all-wheel drive right now. Feel like this is one of their longest running designs? It is. The minivan was just redesigned. That was a longer running design than this. The Carnival replacing the Sedona was the longer running design. This one, actually the Sorento was just previous to this, it was redesigned. So this was scheduled to be redesigned, and it will be. Somebody said, boo. That's literally their only comment. Don't know what that's about, but there we go. The lights are the same here again as the 2022 model, and signal lights are still down there, like they said. And again, the Nightsky edition, the only all-wheel drive badge is back here, and the Sportage badge is back there. And again, front and rear logos are the blacked out Kia, the only 2022 Kias with those blacked out logos. All right, let's show you the rear seats right now. Rear seats are excellent on this car, so let's talk about why and why you may want to get this and not wait for the new one. First of all, one reason you may want to get this, forget the MSRP. It's $29,995 for this is the MSRP. Somebody just asked, what's the price? However, it's going to be discounted for a good portion of the year because there's a redesigned model that they're literally introducing a week from now. So a week from now, well, June 8th, whatever date that is, I think it's a Tuesday, so a week and a day from now, they're gonna announce the redesigned model. Let's jump in here, just take a look here. One thing I like about these seats, you can see right now, this is almost uncomfortably upright. If you stick something in the trunk, let me just make it the way I wanna put it for a second. Excuse my poor camera skills, there we go. This seat is now definitely uncomfortably upright. It is square. If you throw a box in the back of the Sportage, again, this rounded back end, you can put a box straight up and the box will sit square to there and square to the floor. It's kind of a nice feature if you're using this for a small business or something like that. Legally, you can still take a passenger in here, but we're going to show you how uncomfortable it is like that. And then we're going to show you how to fix that because it's excellent in this car. So again, tons of back seat space. So something like the Kia Seltos has 2 positions of recline. This one has one where we are. Let's see if we can do it. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, I think, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. I don't know. If I counted right, there's like 18 recline positions in this. So if you can't get comfortable in this car, it's not the car's fault. I'm like laying back here almost, but we'll leave one upright, sort of comfortable upright. We'll leave one reclined back when we go look at the trunk. But this is a pretty good back seat back here. You've got some features here. You got the vents back here, even in the LX trim. A lot of the time on the lower trim levels, they leave these vents out of there. Now you've got it, just ignore this. This is just some of the shipping plastic here, which I can't peel off with my nails right now because oh, there we go. So again, that's just coming with the shipping, so ignore that. And you've got a 12-volt port down there as well. Both the seats here have pockets, not just the driver, or not just the passenger side, both driver and passenger. And if you take a look at the side, you've also got your water bottle holders there. So water bottle holders in there. All right, quick little recap for 97 people that are on right now. I know you're looking for the next generation Sportage, at least some of you, for 100 people that are on right now. If you're looking at the next generation Sportage, or Sportage as you call it in the States, subscribe to the channel because no one will cover that more than I will. This is the 2022 model. The 2023 model is the next generation, and that is launching June 8th. We will carry that here. We will cover it more than anybody. Do me a favor, hit the like button. I'm just covering literally what they give us. Don't send me hate mail for saying this isn't the right model. This absolutely is the 2022. It's just you might be expecting 2023. I see we have more people on than I would expect for a 5-year-old design, but again, it is sort of redesign. Let's check out the trunk here for a second. Popping that open there, and here's that sort of example of the recline in the seats here. Now this seat is not fully square, it's still leaned back, but you can see the difference in there with those multiple recline positions, which is pretty good. So you can get very comfortable, or again, like I said, you can put that luggage in the back and have it sort of square. Pretty good sized space back here, and then we're going to drop the floor to gain about 72 liters of cargo space, which we can do right like that. There's some underfloor storage even after the floor is dropped, which you can't always see. And 72 liters of storage space extra in there. So it's probably one of our smaller drops, but it still does give you some extra space. Some of our vehicles have a little bit deeper drop. Now what I do with Teddy Bear is I normally stick his tummy up against the back. His tummy is against the back, but obviously we can give him a little bit more space by tilting that seat a little bit further up. But it's pretty good floor space back here. It is bigger than something like the Seltos. So again, advantage of the Seltos, or this over the Seltos, bigger rear seat, you've got a bigger trunk, you've got towing capacity. You can tow 2,000 pounds with this, which means you can take a small tent trailer. You can even take a larger teardroppy trailer. There's lots of trailers you can take with this, and you'll have some space. And again, my Teddy looks pretty comfortable. Why am I using a Teddy Bear? Because I always use a Teddy Bear to measure trunk space. So you can look at my videos and compare different vehicles side by side and see the same Teddy Bear in there. Because if I just had a regular filled your screen with this, it would look the same in the Telluride as it would look in the Sportage. You wouldn't be able to tell. But when we throw something familiar inside, or at least familiar in our videos, then you get a different size. So again, only the LX model. I don't see any ports back here for 2022. That would be consistent with previous model years in the LX model. If you had a higher trim level, you see a little square down there. You can also have a square underneath there, and that would be for the roller blind on the higher trim levels that you can put in multiple positions, and you can also hide it under the floor or on top of the floor right there. All right, we're gonna go back, take a few more questions here. I don't know if you guys have a ton of questions because we've done this vehicle extensively in the past. So we'll close this down. Again, this is just the LX model, Night Sky edition right there. We'll take a look back over here. And hi, I'm from Scotland. Hey, from Scotland, nice to see you. All right, let's go back and see if there's any questions about this particular model. We'll probably go off topic a little bit early in this video. Usually we go for the full half hour, but if there's not a lot of on-topic questions, let's go off topic and let's talk about the next Sportage as well, if that's what you want to do. All right, price we covered. Can I get aftermarket rims for your dealership? Sure you can. Reminds me how upright first-gen CR-V seats were. Yeah, that's true. Those first-gen CR-V seats were very upright. Mileage per gallon for 2022. So again, we are talking about 2022 model year, and this is the car we are talking about. This is the actual 2022 model here in Canada, and that's the redesign. If you're looking for the redesign, or this is the current model, if you're looking for the redesign, is there a new Sportage coming? Perfect question. We'll answer that for you in 1 second. Somebody said mileage. Let's show you mileage numbers. They are right over here. 10.8, 9.1 on the city and the highway. And that's mileage. All right, so let's go off topic. All-wheel drive, yes, this has it. You guys want to know about the next generation Sportage, or Sportage if that's your thing. We will cover that car. June 8th, that car launches. And when it does, we're going to watch that video. We're going to do a video here together to talk about the things that I know and the things that we still have yet to find out. Then we will do a future video as soon as we get the actual information of the actual features that will be coming to this dealership. Those are the trim lines, the pricing, all of that stuff. We'll cover that in detail. So hit the subscribe button and we'll cover that. And then if there's any changes, we'll do more videos. And every single trim line as it comes out, we will cover in depth for at least a half an hour or more. Nobody will cover that vehicle more than we will. So like I said, all you have to do is hit that subscribe button and we will cover that for you. So I know with 129 of you, 130 of you on right now, that's what you're looking for. The reason I did the reason I took a picture that I did to show you this is to show you the old logo and the only change. This is essentially the only change on the 2022 model, and that old logo is the only 22 model that stays on with that logo. The next generation Kia Sportage will have the new logo, and that's what we know for sure. It will have different looking lights. It will be a longer vehicle. And that's the thing, some of the things we know already about that vehicle. And of course, I'm going to dig into all of your questions about that vehicle, and we will find out everything we possibly can about it. So that'll be what's going on there. It'll be interesting when they do the worldwide debut. They're going to probably call it the Sportage. Will Canada adopt that, or are we going to go with Sportage again? I think we're going to go with Sportage. I just call it what Kia Canada calls it. So we'll find out if they're going to change the name. Looking forward to driving it in Sweden. That'd be cool. All right, is there any other questions in here that we have? I don't think so. Hold on. In Korea, there is another Sportage with more squared up design. Looks more off-road capable, different vehicles in different markets. Well, the worldwide debut of the next generation Sportage is going to be June 8th, and that is the only one that I'm aware of in other markets. Hearing stories of Telluride orders being canceled and orders for 2020 models being forced to 22. I don't know of any of them being canceled. There may be limited stock. 2022 Tellurides are probably the ones you'll be ordering right now. Yeah, that's a tough question for me to answer live here. I'm not sure of the answer. I believe Sportage sounding in Scotland. So there we go. In Scotland, they say Sportage as well. I'm excited for my mom to order one here in the UK. Yeah, me too. That'll be fun. All right, guys, I think we've covered this enough. So again, really quickly, the next generation Kia Sportage or Sportage will be introduced on June 8th. I will cover it, I promise that. Just hit the subscribe button and I will cover it in detail. If you want to leave me a like for doing this video here, I get that it's not what everybody on. Again, when we have 126 people on, that's probably not for a vehicle that has a 5 or so year design on it like this. But the next generation we will cover in detail. So feel free to subscribe, feel free to follow us for that, and we will cover that fully in detail. I think we're just going to leave it right there, guys. I think we're going to stop short of 30 minutes. We've covered this vehicle pretty much in detail. Is your dealership having trouble getting Seltos in stock? Been waiting since April for mine in Montreal. Seltos is selling like crazy. Now, we have them in stock, but yeah, they are certainly in demand. Certain colors are harder to get a hold of right now. To be fair, guys, Kia is doing pretty well with stock. If you look at some of the big three, especially the GM and the Ford dealers, they're really having trouble right now for a whole bunch of reasons. So we're doing okay. If you have to wait for a vehicle, make sure it's the one you want. You can use our videos as a way to find out if that's the vehicle you want. And just be patient. We'll get them to you as quick as we can. We are doing our best. It's an interesting time with all this COVID stuff and also with all the other stuff going on. So anyways, I think we'll leave it right there. Thank you everyone for watching. This is our last video in May. In June we start. New logos for Kia Canada and Kia in June. And we'll continue to follow all the vehicles you're looking for. It's going to be an exciting few months coming up. So again, thanks everybody for watching and have a great day. We'll talk to you all later.